Oh, we have a fight.
Raiders, Chargers in Oakland.
Touchdown, Miami.
Was that last year when they scored 70 points?
Oh!
That could be any game. If a picture's worth 1,000 words, you don't have to say one word.
Do you know how many games NFL games you've called on television?
Actually, I think, first of all, I do 2 games a weekend. I do Monday Night Radio, and then I do the Sunday game for CBS. I did 4 years at Fox before CBS, and I began there in 94. Joined CBS in 98. I think I saw the number last year because our producer put it in front of me, but it was over 500 games, I think, network games, network television games, which is I had never thought of it until he told me, and they put something up on our screen. And I think of the top 10 people that have done network television, it is 3rd or 4th all time in terms of play-by-play guys. There have been color analysts and there have been sideline people that were part of all that, but there was Michaels and Summerall, and for some reason my name was on that top 10 list.
We're going to see how well you remember some of those big games.
Oh, okay.
It's called Name That Call. And I'm going to play a snippet of your call, and I'll replay it if you need to.
All right.
This will kind of escalate in terms of difficult to easy.
Okay.
Let me know when you know what.
Okay.
Oh! Oh!
That could be any game. Yes.
He broke his ankles. He broke his ankles.
That was a game in Cincinnati, and Baltimore was playing at the Bengals.
Jackson takes it himself. Look at him dart back and forth. Oh! He broke his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
And Lamar Jackson, as only he can do, pulled off this whirlwind run where he was dodging defenders and cutting and slicing. And at one point, as he was working his way through the Bengal defense, he spun so fast that the guy just tripped over his own feet. And then he races in for the touchdown run. And it was so typical of what he's all about. He's so elusive and just he's a magical player. The things he can do on the field is something that just is so captivating. And those moments, you're so lost in the game that anything you see, you kind of react to. And so when he did that, that came out for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that was sure a fun run to watch and call.
You said magical.
He is Houdini.
Houdini? They called him Houdini, yeah, and he was. He was faking everybody out, sleight of hand, sleight of move, and just made one of those runs that you just cannot forget.
Oh, we have a fight. Oh, we have a fight.
Raiders, Chargers in Oakland.
Raiders is right.
Helmets being thrown.
Denver.
Oh, we have a fight on the other side. Look at this. Helmets being thrown. Talib grabbed it off.
That was a little scuffle on the sideline, which you'd expect. Crowd was into it. And kind of a typical Raider divisional game. Broncos were feisty, and that was a fight that had helmets off and helmets being thrown. And those are sometimes things you don't see all that often.
Touchdown, Miami. Touchdown, Miami.
Was that last year when they scored 70 points against the Denver Broncos? No.
The Dolphins have just scored.
In Baltimore second half when Tua threw all the touchdown passes.
And the crowd now knows it.
Oh, okay. In Kansas City, the Chiefs were playing the L.A. Chargers, and the Chiefs were trying to get a bye. That's when they gave 2 byes per conference for the playoffs that were upcoming. And at the same time, the Chiefs were playing the Chargers in a close game at Arrowhead. The Miami Dolphins, a heavy underdog, were playing Brady and the Patriots in Foxborough. And if New England won, I think they got a bye, and they may have been the number 1 seed. The point is that Kansas City, where I was really beginning to emerge with Mahomes, and that bye was a coveted thing. And as the Chiefs and the Chargers were winding things down, so too were the Dolphins, led by Ryan Fitzpatrick. They were moving on the Patriots. We do one, they do one.
The offset eye was Sherman, the fullback, the block there, and by Bell. And Williams digs and turns, corkscrews for 6. What a run! Touchdown! Meanwhile, Miami has first and goal, down by 4.
And we had the monitor at the bottom of our booth so I could see the game, and I used some of my radio play-by-play and was calling the play-by-play of that game while doing another game.
29 seconds left. Here, Butker kicks the extra point. And Fitzpatrick throws in the end zone. Touchdown, Miami! The Dolphins have just scored. Gesicki, the tight end, got a laser in the back of the end zone. The extra point coming up for Miami, leading New England 26-24. And the crowd now knows it.
I'm getting confused. What game are you calling?
I'm calling both games.
And listen, any broadcaster would have done the same thing. It just so happened that that was our situation, and it was perfectly timed. Play in the Chiefs-Chargers game, then a play in the Dolphins and Patriots game. And they were just kind of back and forth, seesawing back and forth.
It's a foot race with Winburn.
One more time on that one.
This one's going back.
It's a foot race with Winburn.
Yeah. Camarillo. They had lost. They lost every game? The Dolphins had lost every game that season, and this kind of little-known wide receiver named Camarillo caught a pass in overtime to win it, a walk-off, and the Dolphins did not have a 0 in the win column. They got their first win on the final weekend of the season, perhaps, against a very good Baltimore team, as every Baltimore team seems to be.
That's caught by Camarillo. It's a foot race with Winburn. Miami has won. Miami has won.
Vin Scully once said that one of the best instruments he can use when he was broadcasting was to use the crowd, and the crowd is like an orchestra. And in that particular case, the crowd was going bananas because the team was going to win their first game on the final weekend of the season, and just the elation of not being embarrassed from those players, and then the fans reacting. And sometimes, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, you don't have to say one word. And that we had great camera work in that game, and it took over everything.